Hey, for today's episode, you're going to learn how you can use LinkedIn to build your personal brand with video and hear a story from a certain someone, from a certain company on how they took one of the videos that we did for them at the booth tour video last year and blew it up. They had thousands of views and became our highest viewed video from MODEX last year. If you remember that, more coming soon. You got to listen to the episode.
Welcome to IndustrialSage, a free video podcast series all about digital marketing for industrial manufacturers. Hear interviews with your peers and find out how they're solving the same challenges that you might be facing in your own field. Coming to you from the Optimum Production Studio in Atlanta, Georgia, this is IndustrialSage.
So for today's episode, I'm gonna share a quick story with you on how you can build your personal brand using LinkedIn and video. So we just came back from ProMat. So it's a pretty cool trade show. It was up in Chicago. They do it every 2 years. It's on material handling, supply chain, automation, all that great stuff. And they kind of paired it with Automate. And it was in McCormick Place, huge, like 50,000 people between all the shows. And last year, we went to MODEX, which is sort of the sister trade show. It's all run through MHI, if you're familiar with them. So they do 1 year, they'll do MODEX in Atlanta, and then the next year they do ProMat in Chicago, and then they go back to Atlanta for MODEX, and you get the picture. So one of the things that we did is we went up there because we wanted to go like hear about all the companies, like what they're doing, and doing all these innovations, and we did some booth tour videos. We thought that would be pretty cool, and so we did that this year as well. So you're going to see more of that, coming down the pipe. But I wanted to share this quick one with you because we caught up with TJ Tweddle from Hoppecke. So they're a battery manufacturer, and TJ does business development for them. I can't remember what his official title is, maybe account executive. And we did an interview with him last year, booth tour video, like we did this year, but at MODEX, and he had by far the highest amount of views across all of the different platforms between LinkedIn, obviously on IndustrialSage and other areas. And so I wanted to share with you his story on how he was able to do that. He hadn't done it before, and he took a chance. And like I said, we caught up with him this year. And I wanted you to hear his story and just think like how you might be able to use it and what that might, what that difference is. You're going to get an understanding of it. Echoes like what we talk about at IndustrialSage all the time. So I want you to listen to that. I'm going to preface it with what we were doing at MODEX and what we did again at ProMat. So we went to all the different, like a bunch of different booths, did these tour videos to get a quick understanding of like their products and what they were doing. And then we made up like these, a couple of minute short little booth tour videos. And then we put them on IndustrialSage.com. You can still see those there. And then we created a little article out of it. And then we sent an embed code over to them and say, hey, listen, here's how we recommend you use it. One, send this out to all of your trade show attendees. So whether they were prospects that you learned there, they were people that were on your list that you had emailed before, hopefully you emailed people before, just as a great recap, as a great follow-up of like who you are and what your product was, because maybe not everybody was able to check it out. Maybe you talked to somebody at the trade show booth and but they weren't the right person, but they wanted to get you in front of somebody else. And that's a great way, if they see this email come in with a quick video, like to forward it on. Like to pass it on to them, hey, go take a look at this. To take that video, we also said, hey, listen, put it on your website. Also, hey, make a blog article out of it. Here, here's all these different ways that you can repurpose it, okay? And so some companies did it, some didn't, and in various forms and fashions. So TJ took it and ran with it. And so I'm not going to totally like give away the whole story. I want you to hear from him. But this is what I want you to be thinking. This echoes what we talk about IndustrialSage all the time, how to use these different means to be able to get out there. This has echoed what we're seeing in the insights, video, LinkedIn, building your personal brand, getting out there, providing value. So anyways, listen to his episode or listen to his interview from ProMat from this year. And like I said, we've got a lot of other content coming down. But yeah, take a listen and have your ears like open. This is awesome. This is coming from them, not us. So quick story, last year when we did this, we did an interview just like we are doing right now at MODEX. All right, and so we did the video like we did all these videos for all these companies. You took it and kind of ran with it. I want to hear. If you could tell our audience, like, what did you do with it, and what kind of results, and what have you seen as a result of utilizing a video?
Yeah, so there's a story before the story, and no, it's all good. I came into Hoppecke as an unexperienced salesperson. That MODEX would have been my first show.
Okay.
So I knew nothing from Adam, and it was pure, just like entrepreneurial spirit. I saw Joseph walking past, and I saw one of your camera guys, and I said, "Hey, you guys are doing interviews, let's go." So they really didn't have much say in what they were going to ask me or what we covered, but I'm really glad that I did, and I hope you guys are too, because
Absolutely.
I was told by, I think it was yourself and Enrica, that TJ, you were the most viewed video that we had at MODEX, and I was humbled by that. But it also took a lot of hard work in saying to my network and through social media and just spam in a way. But I'm saying that affectionately.
Right.
It's really just that grit that you say, I'm willing to take a chance and I'm willing to make a mistake or say something wrong, but it needs to be meaningful and powerful to reach out to my network or potential network.
Right.
So the story before the story and the after effects. After that meeting, or after that interview rather, I saw not direct benefit. Nobody said, "Hey TJ, we saw that video. We want to buy batteries." But I'll tell you this, the expansion of my network, I've doubled my LinkedIn contacts in the past year. I've been able to engage with people that, honestly, we have no business with. But we do find business together, and moving forward, it almost makes your brand recognizable because of your outreach, your expansion. So I'm super excited that you guys decided to come back again this year. I must have done something right.
You did, I think, a few things, yeah.
But no, I reached out to all my friends, family members, and organically and inorganically, I'm like, this thing needs to get off. I believe in Hoppecke. You guys believe in me. Let's come to a commonality and say, how do we make this company become what I feel that it could be?
Right.
And it's entirely through video, it's through social media, and it's through picking up the phone.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to buy something just because you send an email. It's a joke, but it's all in the follow-up, right?
Yeah. No, 100% right, and I love hearing this story. Yeah, the highest viewed video we had from MODEX, right here. All right, and you know what? The big story that what I hear is that, there's a little bit of you think, oh, it's a marketing piece, and well, you kind of have to market the marketing piece. There's a funny thing, like people talk about, oh, viral videos, like, oh, well, this video was viral. I can tell you about 95% of the time, the viral videos were not organically, they just uploaded it and just, overnight, poof. No, there's a strategy behind it. Yeah. Sometimes there's like dollars that people spend behind it. There's influencers that push it. There's a strategy. Yeah. So, and what you did is you took that piece and you used it. So, and that's a big step that a lot of people just like, oh, we're just going to put this up there and it's going to naturally just poof. But I think the big thing is you are, and it's not, the goal wasn't for you to, we're going to make all these sales, whatever, but it's to really put out thought leadership type content, put yourself out there. Not everyone's doing it, and you're seeing those benefits. So be able to build that brand visibility and that reach.
So what we had talked about in the previous interview was the space feels crowded, right? You've got a lot of people doing a lot of things, much of the same, and some different and unique in some other ways, but you really need to find a way to differentiate yourself throughout this space. Make a name for yourself. Peacock, if you would. And I find that, integrating with people like yourself, you can create an online presence. You can take that online presence and make it into real world gains in your business.
No, you're 100% right. And I love to, like you mentioned with the previous interview, is that this is very crowded. But it's a relatively small footprint. Even if you have the largest booth here, it's a relatively small footprint. So how do you reach to those other people? And so our belief is that using digital essentially is like creating your online trade show experience, except you have even more reach potential. So I don't know. I think you did awesome.
Well, absolutely, man. I appreciate it. But you guys did, the hard work for me. You got everything in line. You set up the distribution channel and hosted all the videos. Like, I couldn't have done that myself. It was pure dumb luck that, I was able to take what you guys had recorded and captured within that moment and say, yeah, this is good. I want to share this with the world.
All right, keyword share there, all right?
Share.
So that is awesome. So TJ, thanks again.
Danny,
Really,
absolute pleasure.
really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
There you go. That's what TJ said. Like, that's it. So, hopefully you have a key takeaway from this. And like I said, building a personal brand using video, it's huge. It's a great opportunity. How can you leverage it? Think about how you can do this yourself. Or, hey, look, if you guys need some help or whatever, call the IndustrialSage team. We've got a whole thing of services. This is stuff that we do. We can help you guys out with this. If it's a need to develop a whole strategy around it, or have questions around, well, hey, like, how do I figure this out with my sales team? Some people are going to go nuts and go bananas, and some aren't. And some people we're going to have to put a leash on because we're afraid, or what should we do? Anyways, if you have any questions or anything like that, we're here to help. We can totally do that. You can reach out, check out our page. We're going to have like a services tab. You should be able to see. Hopefully, it'll be up by then. But do it. Like, if there's any key takeaway you have, is be thinking like, okay, LinkedIn's big. This is how you can build your personal brand. This is a way that you can create differentiation. Just like TJ said, double your LinkedIn connections. That's a big deal. Doubling your LinkedIn connections, just because people now are more aware of what you're doing. And you know what? The vast majority of people aren't doing this. Remember Chris Lukey? We talked to him, right? Manufacturing Happy Hour. If you haven't checked out his episode, learn about what he's doing. He's doing this, like, he's been doing it for like 2 or 3 years consistently. And you want to talk about developing a huge network? Man, that guy is doing it. He's killing it. He's crushing it. And you're beginning to see more of that. But the vast majority of people they do it like 1 or 2 times, and that's it. So anyways, if you want to stand out and you want to really grow and build your network and be able to help, to differentiate and really sell into that next generation, and even whatever generation, it doesn't matter. You're getting more visibility. So I challenge you to do that. So I'll get off my soapbox. I'll stop talking. I get excited about it if you can't tell. And we'll go from there. So thanks for listening and watching. If you have any questions that we can answer for you, please reach out to us, industrialsage.com/questions. We answer them for you all the time. We're there, happy to help. If you're listening on iTunes or Spotify or Stitcher or any of the other podcasting platforms, we'd love a review. Social media, hey, share our stuff. We'd love it. And if you are not a member of our email list, a subscriber, you need to do it. Here's why. We have so many great other pieces of content you're going to see coming out of it that are not released on iTunes or even on the face of the website. Maybe it's hidden a little bit. You want to get on this email list so we can send you this great content, so you continue to be that great sales or digital marketing or marketing person in your company, and you can continue to learn more and you really sharpen that edge and stay at the top of your game. So do that. Do that for yourself. You'll love it. I guarantee it. And then that's it. That's all I got for you today. So next we got a lot of awesome episodes coming out. We talked to the Chief Marketing Officer from Schneider Electric from their North America division, Shanadip Modak. He's coming on in a few weeks. It's going to be awesome. We talked to Sangram Vajre. Who's Sangram Vajre? Have you heard of a company called Terminus? Have you heard of Flip My Funnel? Yeah, that guy. Big dude, all about account-based marketing. We talked about him. He's going to be coming out soon. We talked with, we've got Circuitronics. He's coming on, a guy named Eric Shumway. All right, really cool interview. You know what? They're doing a lot of this LinkedIn stuff. They're getting into a lot more LinkedIn, and they haven't been doing it for super long, but I sat down and chatted with him just to learn about their story. He's the VP of Sales and Marketing over there, and he's like, dude, this is completely changing our business, and there's a lot going on, and we're just going to continue to iterate. It's a great story on how they've kind of transitioned from like, maybe we should do this, and getting some hesitation, to like, oh my gosh, this is totally working. We're growing. And then we've got Eric Rojak, who is the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Thrush Aircraft. They do a lot of, for lack of better words, like crop dusting aircraft. They're in ag and a lot of other areas. Super cool products. I'm not just because I'm a pilot, but they do really cool stuff, and we learn about a lot of things and the challenges they've got going on, and how they're using education and really just providing more value with their dealers, specifically as they go into emerging markets. So it's kind of a little bit of a challenge there. Anyways, a lot of things coming down. Man, I am yapping. I'm talking your ear off. I'm just excited. So I'm done. I will stop. Thank you, and I'll catch you next week.